Guys, welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again. There is so much rancor and quarrel among northern lawyers over the invitation of Rufai to speak in the forthcoming NBA conference, and it's really shocking. Nigerians are really talking. People are just wondering why Rufai foot soldiers are still crying. They are refusing to be consoled as we see different reactions, coming up. Someone said that actually NBA has given Tatashi to the northern lawyers. That's why they are crying till now. They still don't want to wipe their tears. As we are talking to you, so many MBAs, that's branches of MBAs, have decided to call off their attendance of the forthcoming conference, all on the grounds that this guy has been suspended. El Rufai has been suspended, and there you can see how much of ethnicity that is playing in the country, and it's really shocking. Nobody cares to feel what other people are feeling. But before we continue, let's just go through the news and look at some of the reactions of Nigeria, and you will be grossly shocked at what Nigerians are saying right now. And the news have it that the Kaduna State chapter of the Muslim Lawyer Association of Nigeria, MULAN, has resolved to boycott the forthcoming visual annual general conference of the Nigerian Bar Association over the controversial withdrawal of invitation to Governor Nasser El-Rufai as one of the guest speakers on the occasion. Now, the question I keep asking is, they had withdrawn this guy long ago. What were you people waiting for? They had to wait for Jigawa to react. They had to wait for other people to react before they now reacted their own. Just to show you that in the whole game, there's a lot of remote controlling some way that we can't really explain. Let's continue with the news. Member of the national body of MBA were sharply divided following the invitation extended to El-Rufai to grace the occasion, with some of them accusing the governor of human rights violation over the years, declaring that it would amount to insult for such personality to stand before all lawyers in the country and address them. However, addressing journalists yesterday, the vice chairman of Mulang, Abba Masanawa, said the decision of NBA to cancel the invitation extended to El Rufai to the conference was parochial, sentimental, disunity, and tainted with favorism and ethnic religious consideration. Masanawa said the Kaduna State branch of Mulan, which has membership strength of over 500, had decided to boycott the annual event unless El Rufai was re-invited. And in his word, let me read the exact words that he used. He said, in view of the unfortunate decision of the NBA NEC, that's NBA National Executive Committee, Mulang Kaduna State Branch is left with no option than to instruct its members to withdraw their participation in the forthcoming NBA Annual General Conference, and we enjoin all Muslim lawyers in Nigeria to join in the boycott. Mulang Kaduna branch reaffirmed its support to Governor Nasser El-Rufai in his effort to stem the tides of insecurity in Kaduna State generally and southern Kaduna in particular. In a similar development, the Supreme Court of or Council for Sharia in Nigeria has lambasted the leadership of NBA for not being fair to El-Rufai by delisting him from attending the conference. A statement issued by Secretary General of SCSN, Nafi Baba Ahmed, said the action of NBA has dented its image as a responsible association that represents the conscience of the society. The statement read in parts, and I quote, he said the decision taken by the Nigerian Bar Association NBA to delist Malam Nasser El-Rufai as one of the speakers at its virtual annual national conference is to be charitable, regrettable, and irresponsible of an institution of which I had hitherto been a proud member for over 40 years. This unfortunate development has cast a terrible, smelly smear on the NBA, which until recently was regarded as representing the best ideals of justice, equity, and good conscience of the society. We want to believe that the decision is not representative of all its right thinking members, for clearly It has also already taken side in the Southern Kaduna crisis, contrary to its members' training and what it proudly or loudly preaches without listening to the narrative from the other side. Clearly, lowly, narrow political and religious sentiments have beclouded the judgment of the leadership of the NBA, which forgets the most basic principle of legal training and that its membership cut across all sides of the divide. Baba Ahmed said that NBA has no justifiable reason in law or common sense to exclude Rufai from participating in the visual conference. As the dust raised by the NBA's withdrawal of the invitation continues to smell, Open Bar Initiative, a voluntary advocacy and justice initiative for lawyers, has dared the Kaduna State Governor to file defamation suit over various allegations it's leveled against him. The group co-authored the petition against the governor, which led to his exclusion from the forthcoming NBA Visual Conference. National Executive Council Committee of the NBA, in the run-up to the Annual General Conference (AGC), had on Thursday taken a decision to cancel its invitation to the governor in response to the outcry by some lawyers, Obi, and other groups. Following the NBA decision, El-Rufai, in a press statement issued by his spokesperson, Muyiwa Adekeye, took exception to what he described as defamatory statement made against him in the petition and declared that the petitioners will get an appropriate response from him. However, OBI, in reaction to the implied threat of the governor, dared him to come carry out his threat through his verified Twitter handle at Bar Initiative. Obi tweeted, "At best, this is laughable. Even at the time that he is expected to be sober, he is dishing out threats for an imaginative defamation. Well, bring it on. The courtroom will not contain the lawyers for the defendants, and more will be revealed about him." Shame. You can imagine what is going on, you know? One of the most troubling aspects of this is the fact that we do not have judiciary again. Because if people messed up or there are visible proof pointing to the wrongdoing of a particular person, and you turn around and look at yourself, the person is from my side, and you start reacting against the principle of rule of law, the principle of fundamental human right, you start reacting against it. It therefore means that there is no need for us to have, the legal profession in Nigeria. As much as we say that he should be given a chance to talk, that's people are suggesting, that's the Northerners are suggesting, he should be given a chance to defend himself over some of the allegations that have built up against him, which resulted to him being de-invited. But at the same time, just considering the words alone is enough for one to know that he had goofed, because whatever thing you have to do, your statement goes a long way to prove who you are. We don't need to get to hear your own part of the story. Just the words that you utter out can tell anybody that you have respect for fundamental human rights and also for the people. Now, most of the things that had happened now, I'm not taking sides, so like to say I'm standing with the people who they invite him. But however, what we are looking at here is some of those key words that, for example, Falana had brought up to show to Nigerians, this was what this man said at this time. This was what this man said at this time. This was what this man said. And you're like, what? This man said all of this? And then you are calling him to come and stand before people whose principle totally react against what he said. You're calling him to come and advise you, to come and speak to you concerning key sensitive issues in Nigeria. Man, don't you think that it's not worth it? But at the same time, even as we debate over all of this, I also feel for there to be complete justification, every invitee or every guest speaker that will be invited should also be put on a scale and weigh. If they are found wanting, automatically they should also be dropped. Because we need to come to a time in our life where we do not bring sentiment, especially ethnic sentiment or religious sentiment into anything, because immediately that begins to play, automatically we are looking at secession in this country. As much as we are talking about national unity, at the same time, we must do everything within our powers not to encourage any form of attitude or reactions that may spring up that cessation, habit in people. Because if your man messes up, and I said he has messed up, everybody say no, he has not messed up, but how about the other person? No matter what, and all of that, automatically we are biased in all thinking and in all reasoning. So at this point, I feel that those who are in MBA should maintain their stand, because what will rubbish them the most is if they have to re-invite him. I tell you the whole truth, that conference may not even hold. Well, that's where I would like to leave it. Go to our comment section and let us interact. What do you have to say about all this wahala that is going on because of Rufai in MBA?